Okay, I'm still not used to doing these lives, but as part of my New Year's resolutions of trying to follow the 80/20 rule and just share more and worry less about perfection in doing so, I wanted to share a story from today that led to an unexpected connection. Just for a moment, fleeting, nothing everlasting, but it was special in the moment and to experience. So I was at the grocery store, and it's very, very cold. We had a big snowstorm recently this weekend, and we've had frigid temperatures since. When that happens, my big trunk door doesn't stay up. It just falls down randomly. And usually I know it's going to happen, so I'm leaning into the car and it'll kind of hit me in the back of the head or back of the neck. Not such a big deal. But usually I can see it come down, then it gains speed. But this time it kind of was unexpected, so my head was in a different position. And it really walloped me on the side of the head. So, as far as I know, no one was around. I was kind of nursing my wound, so to speak, and putting the rest of my things in my car, kind of like, when you're not sure yet how much it hurts, because like you may have felt the impact, but the pain isn't really registered fully. So I'm kind of like, okay, just get the stuff in the car and see how you feel. And then as I'm getting the rest in, this guy is going to his car past me, and he had this smile on his face, kind of like an angelic presence and a very fatherly energy, which I really appreciated. He's like, are you okay? I was like, oh, you saw that, huh? And, if I just were to think about how to describe the look on his face, I loved it because, this could be a lesson in how not to be creepy. Because, first of all, he didn't get too close. He didn't seem like massively concerned. He could tell I'm not lying on the ground and bleeding. And it was a touch of caring without being over the top. And he didn't kind of get in my face or go into worry mode. And he kind of had a smile as though, like I feel like schoolyard kids might laugh at that kind of thing. But sort of like in a way of almost acknowledging there could be humor there since there's no high level of pain, but not laughing at me. If anything, more mutually acknowledging the humor. So that was appreciated. And I realized after I appreciated being seen. I feel like that terminology is used a lot. Like, people need to be seen and to feel heard, understood, validated, just to be witnessed. That's the thing we covered a lot in my, counselor training and whatnot. And then the more I was thinking about it, the more it reminded me of this time when I was a kid in Ukrainian dance group. We were outside playing outside the church, and there was a girl even younger, like a toddler. She fell down on the grass, was clearly okay, looked around, presumably for her parents that were not around. She was fine. A decent chunk of time goes by, and she sees I think it was her dad, coming up from the basement stairs, and she launches into this very slow wind-up cry. It's like once she saw she was going to get their attention, it wasn't just like, huh? It was like, and a full-blown kind of tantrum out of nowhere. Like, she was fine before, and it was a really slow wind-up. It was almost like she was it was like her own noise she was making was fueling her tantrum. And I remember thinking, even a kid myself, like, I know she's fine. Why is she doing this? Like, what production did we just enter? What stage show are we now in? But it is interesting how when we have the opportunity to be seen, things feel different. I didn't feel like I was looking for sympathy, but there was something comforting in knowing that it had been witnessed, like my pain had been seen. I didn't need extraordinary comfort. I didn't need coddling or special words, but somehow, I don't don't know. Does it make it more real? Is it like knowing it wasn't all in your head, literally and figuratively, that it, that it's real, that it wasn't imagined, but it was just an interesting experience. And since I love to connect with people, it was enjoyable to see just something like that come about in the day. Just an unexpected connection, and one that also had a bit of humor. And I feel like those are the beginnings of stories where someone gets an amazing job or meets a lifelong friend or some cool thing that comes out of that. But in this case, what came out of it is just a sore head, but a good story to help with the New Year's goal of sharing more stories and just doing it, taking action. And going live helps to do that, to not get too afraid of making sure it's fine. So, being seen, connections. Gotta love it. Okay, till next time. Love you guys. Have I stopped the live?